What if I told you boredom could make you more creative, happier, and even more productive? In today's hyperactive world, boredom gets a bad rap. But here's the truth: being bored is secretly a superpower. By the end of this video, you'll learn how boredom can boost your creativity, improve your mental well-being, and turbocharge your productivity, all backed by real science. We live in a culture where every second of silence gets filled. Waiting in line? Scroll. Commercial break? Check your messages. Feeling even a second of restlessness? Open another app. But what if this constant stimulation is actually dulling your brain, draining your energy, and killing your creativity? This video is a deep dive into why embracing boredom, yes, actually inviting it in, might be the smartest thing you do this year. Believe it or not, being bored can light up your imagination. When your mind wanders, it enters a state known as the default mode network, which is basically the imagination center of the brain. One study found that people who performed a boring task became more creative afterward than those who did something fun. Why? Because boredom gave their minds the freedom to wander. Psychologists have conducted multiple experiments confirming this. In one, participants were asked to copy numbers from a phone book, about as boring as it gets. Afterward, they scored significantly higher on creativity tasks compared to a control group. Their brains had shifted into a mode where random, novel connections could form. Some of the world's biggest ideas were born from boredom. J.K. Rowling came up with the idea for Harry Potter during a delayed, boring train ride, with no phone and not even a pen. That empty space gave her mind room to create an entire universe. Steve Jobs once said, "Boredom allows one to indulge in curiosity. It's in those idle moments that our most innovative ideas are born." Let's talk about the enemy of boredom: constant overstimulation. We live in a world where the second we feel bored, we reach for our phones. But all that constant digital noise might be hurting us more than we think. Researchers are finding that our addiction to avoiding boredom is shrinking our attention spans and making us more anxious. Studies show the average college student can now focus for only about 65 seconds. Office workers, about 3 minutes. Our ability to concentrate is collapsing. Constant digital consumption also ramps up anxiety, fatigue, and sleep problems. Scrolling social media might feel like an escape, but often leaves us feeling more drained and less fulfilled. There's also something called the novelty loop. Every time you check your phone, your brain gets a small hit of dopamine, the reward chemical. But over time, it takes more and more novelty to get that same rush. This means you're training your brain to be uncomfortable with stillness and quiet. You're rewiring your mind to need constant stimulation and making it harder to sit with your thoughts. Paradoxically, the more we try to escape boredom with non-stop stimulation, the more bored we actually become. A recent study found that people who rapidly skipped between videos to avoid boredom ended up feeling more bored than ever. It's like eating sugar when you're hungry. It gives you a quick high, but leaves you crashing. Here's the good news. Boredom is the antidote to that overstimulation. When you let yourself be bored, your brain shifts from a reactive state to a more reflective one. This default mode allows for self-reflection, emotional processing, and mental reset. Short periods of boredom help reset the nervous system. They help us switch off the stress response, improve self-regulation, and support emotional well-being. If you've ever had an aha moment in the shower, while driving, or during a walk, that's your brain in default mode, making connections and solving problems in the background. Studies also show that moments of intentional boredom can lower cortisol, the stress hormone, reduce overthinking, and even increase empathy. When you're constantly stimulated, your brain doesn't have time to process your emotions. But when you pause, it catches up. This is why moments of quiet can bring clarity or even tears. Your mind is finally making sense of everything. Let's bust another myth, that boredom kills productivity. Actually, boredom can boost productivity if you use it right. Psychologists describe boredom as a call to action emotion. It's your brain's way of saying, "This isn't engaging, let's do something better." When used strategically, boredom can become a catalyst for improvement. It can help you identify inefficiencies, broken habits, or tasks that lack meaning. Instead of powering through everything robotically, boredom invites you to think deeper about your workflow. A recent study found that trying to suppress boredom and grind through a task is one of the worst things you can do. It doesn't eliminate boredom, it just extends its negative effects. People who mixed boring tasks with more meaningful or stimulating ones stayed more productive overall. This also applies to studying or working from home. If you find yourself bored during a task, take a moment, step away, let your mind recharge. The worst thing you can do is ignore the signal and continue mindlessly. That just leads to burnout and mental fatigue. So, how can you actually harness boredom in your daily life? Schedule do-nothing time. Block 10 to 15 minutes a day with no phone, no screens, and no distractions. Just sit and let your mind wander. These mental breaks boost creativity and memory retention. They also improve your ability to tolerate stillness and resist distraction. Do a mindless monotask. Pick a simple, repetitive chore and do it without any distractions. Activities like folding laundry or washing dishes can unlock your imagination by engaging the default mode network. Some people find their best ideas while cleaning or gardening. Limit digital candy. Set boundaries on social media and notifications. Try a 20-minute rule where you avoid screens for the first 20 minutes of your day. These small changes give your brain time to breathe and reduce reactive habits. Use boredom as a compass. If you're bored with a task, see it as feedback. Either find a way to make it more meaningful or, switch to something else briefly. Boredom can guide you toward more fulfilling work. Ask yourself, what do I really want to do right now? Get bored and brilliant. Try intentionally boring yourself. Copy something by hand or, stare at a blank wall. Then, do something creative. Your brain will be so eager for stimulation, it will pour energy into the creative task. Try journaling immediately after these boring intervals and watch what ideas come out. Reflect during boredom. Don't just wait for boredom to pass, use it. Ask yourself reflective questions. What's bothering me? What's been going well? These internal check-ins often reveal things your busy brain has been suppressing. Practice boredom outdoors. Go outside without your phone. Sit on a bench. Walk without music. Watch the sky. Listen to birds. Feel the air. Nature is a natural boredom companion, and it helps reset your attention in ways screens never can. Boredom isn't the enemy. It's a secret weapon for creativity, calm, and clarity. The next time you feel bored, don't run from it. Sit with it. Let your mind wander. Let yourself reset. Embracing boredom is about reclaiming your focus, your imagination, and your well-being. In a world obsessed with doing more, boredom teaches us the value of doing less and thinking more. Try the Embrace Boredom Challenge in your own life. You might discover that on the other side of that quiet moment is your next big idea. Take 15 minutes today. No phone, no noise, just you. That one moment of silence could be the most productive thing you do all